From 1st April 2026, all landlords in Ghana are in trouble.
After April 1, rent control across the country will move to your homes.
The acting general or the acting commissioner of rent control in Ghana, Mr. Frederick Opoku, is actually vibing. The guy is trending on internet, TikTok, Facebook, wherever, talking about how he's going to execute, and landlords are not safe at all. So if you are a landlord in Ghana, or you are a landlord, you are at Abrotre, and you have properties in Ghana, you are renting them out for lease, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, you have to be very careful. This acting commissioner of rent control is not working.
April 1,
Okay.
I myself will go to the streets.
He's very serious, and he's coming at you. He's coming at you like a kai. There are a lot of things he actually discussed that I'll be sharing with you. One, we're going to be talking about the period of rental. From 2 years, they said no, it's illegal to rent 2 years now. It's illegal to rent 1 year. The allowed period of time you can rent now is 6 months. From there, we'll talk about rent card. We'll also talk about, are you qualified to increase the price of your rent or not? So I will say, on our top block, mommy. You will hear today. We also talk about you evicting your tenant. Are you qualified to evict your own tenant, even if it is your own house? We also talk about foreigners. When you give a foreigner, whether Nigeria, Liberian, USA person, for someone from Canada, France, you are renting your house to them. He's going to talk about that one also. And I'm also going to share with you, if you're an agent, the commission matter. So this is a very interesting story. Ladies and gentlemen, for the past few days, our ears is suffering. If you are a landlord, your heart will be bing like that. Because this acting commissioner of rent control has promised that by 1st April, if as a landlord you don't have a rent card, you are in problem.
Started enforced on 1st of April. 2, over rent control, na say busana say one man prove so would be a tenant, you should be sacked.
Yep.
So rent card is just a form that they came up with. It has the tenant's name, the landlord's name, the period of time you are renting, the amount of money you have taken from there. You understand? It contains that information. So before you rent a house to someone, you need to go to the rent control office and go and take that card. You pay for it. And when you pay for it, you come and what? Give it to the tenant. You give it to the tenant, you fill in the names, you give it to the tenant. Or you take the information. And there is also a passport picture where, Charlie, now there. So he says that rent card, if you are renting, you have plenty rooms in your house. It's not like you just going to take only one rent card. No. You are going to take every room with its own rent card, every room with its own rent card. So if you are a landlord and you think you will not obey this, me na me to my sase, me na me see me fie, I built my house. You will be. The rent control man says that you don't joke with him, because if you think you are somebody, you want to wear the same trouser with him, you should be ready, because you are not fighting him. You are fighting what? The government of Ghana.
It's about you and the government, you and the law. But me part was say man chewa obeye miserable baby ofi hobe out no.
So from 1st April 2026, you have to be ready so that you don't wear the same trousers with him. So he say he will be descending on you. He will be going house by house. When you come and knock your door and your landlord you are sleeping, you better get up and tighten your he will check this. How many rooms are you renting? Oh, I've rented this, I've rented it. Where's the rent card for this? If you don't have, you're in trouble. From the rent card, let us continue. Rental of 6 month rental. It's no more 2 years again. If you're a landlord in Ghana, you'll be renting your rooms out. 2 years in advance. Some will even take 3 years in advance. That from 1st April going. Though it has been illegal, but from that time going, my brother, your ears will not rest. Your ears will not rest. It will not get cold. Your heart will be doing pum 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 pum. Yes, you will suffer in his hands, especially if you are not lucky and then a tenant comes to report you. you are in problem. So some of the landlords say Sadi, I mean rent here, mommy fee. Say yes, if you rent, do rent. That's what the rent commissioner is saying.
But that arrogance, and I mean, I see me dying, and I won't mean shame the way, more by that one thing, not one thing. We are tired with that threat.
If you don't rent, don't rent. Now, if you are renting a house, it's just 6 months. So you have to first of all go to them, go and take the rent card, and when you are renting, you have to fill in the spaces. That is where you see kululu. You see kululu. If you are a tenant and then you make your landlord take 2 years and you let him fill in 6 months, it is your own problem. If you are a landlord and you go and fill the 2 years that you took from the tenant, you are your own problem. They are not giving space. Even if the tenant is trying to pay you in advance, 1 year in advance, 2 years in advance, the rent control people say is illegal. The only period of time that is allowed for you to put in rental is 6 months. So the other day I made a video on TikTok. I was saying that this is an advantage to landlords. So, but people don't know. A landlord, you are pissed off because this happened. No, you shouldn't be pissed off. You should be happy because every 6 months you get to decide as a landlord whether you maintain that tenant or not. Especially if your house is in a very good location. After 6 months, you say, "What's so bad?" You kick him out. Another tenant will go. Yes. Because the agreement is 6 months. You can kick them out. It's your house. So they think they are doing you, but you are also doing them. It is your benefit. And when you take 2 years, previously when you take 2 years, you have to wait for 2 years. Even if the tenant is a bad person, you have to manage. After 2 years before you can sack the person. But now, no, it's 6 months. It is your advantage. Yes. So that is it right there. So it's no more 2 years, it is 6 months. Though I've heard another hint that they have adjusted it to 1 year. But I just hope that that is true. Whether it is true or it's not true, me, I don't have a house and family home. Now let's continue to price increment.
Landlord be also need to me. So be sara no pa. What that sorry. And now free you sorry paswa. O say mato dem.
So the other day I was saying that when they reduce the thing from 2 years and they are doing it 6 months, that means the price will increase. So even previously, when landlords were renting 2 years, you can find a landlord who is renting Timber Hall 1,000 Ghana cedis. And because someone offers to pay 1 year instead of the 2 years, you say, okay, if you want to pay 1 year, I don't have a problem. But it's no more 1,000 Ghana cedis, you pay 1,200. So now the rent control people are saying it's no more 1 year. It is 6 months that is legal. So what will landlord do? Landlord will increase the price to 1,500. So when I made this statement, people will say, rent control people, they will come and evaluate the building. Yes, I heard it again. That they said they will come and evaluate the building. They will be those to determine how much you should charge your tenant. I don't know whether this is fair or it's not fair. But people forget the kind of economy we are living in. We are living in a free economy. We are living in a mixed economy where you have socialist system, capitalist system, and then what? This you have mixed. So ours is mixed economy. If government want to have control over price, it should go and what? Go and build its own houses. That is how mixed economy work. But if you say no, you will not build your houses. You wait when private people build their own house before you come and dictate to them price. Let's see how that will manifest. Because that is the law. We can't fight the law. So, as a landlord, you cannot increase your own price. You cannot increase the price of your room. You cannot. According to rent control and what they say in the law, they say it is illegal. They will let their officers come evaluate your house. You have to give them a reason.
So, also there must be a reason. Make application to rent control department of the Republic of Ghana. Ooh. And they'll come and do an assessment and give you a certificate of assessment. And or the man until 2 years you can never increase rent.
Oh, I have repaired. At first the ceiling fan is not fanning well. I have done it. The tiles, some parts were broken. I have done it. In the house there was no borehole. Now I put borehole. I painted the house. I did this. Therefore, allow me to increase my price. Before rent control people come and evaluate, before they will not allow you. If not that, they will not allow you to increase the price of your rental. That is what they are telling us. So That is the law, according to what they are saying. Now let's move. The next one is eviction. Previously, a landlord can just evict a tenant. He can just evict the tenant. Nubufunwa, come and take your money. Go. Or come and leave my house. Leave my house. You don't even pay the tenant any money. According to rent control, you cannot do that. When you try to evict a tenant and then they bring you to the rent control and they catch you, that is when you see the law. So what happened is that previously some landlords have been taking advantage of tenants, monopolizing them, squeezing the tenants. Now rent control said, no, you don't have that right now. If you want to evict a tenant, there are ways and means you need to follow. There are ways and means you need to follow. And I saw one video, someone was saying, I don't know whether he's working at the rent control. He said, if you decide to sack the tenant, you are going to pay him full amount of money he paid you. Not part, full amount. You understand? And another person also make a video and say, if a tenant decide to leave before the time they rented, you are not going to settle, you are not going to refund anything to them. So you need to be very aware. When it comes to eviction, you don't have every right to do, whether it is your house, according to rent control, you can say all that, but the next one is foreigners. Those of you who rent your houses to foreigners, rent control say we should let you know that, we should let you know that when they catch you, you rent your house to a foreigner who doesn't have a permit, you see. When the law catch you, the law will monopolize you. They will monopolize you. Why, as a landlord, you rent your house to someone who doesn't have a permit to live in Ghana? You rent 2 years to the person. You rent 1 year to the person. You rent 6 months to the person. Meanwhile, that person doesn't have a tenant. He doesn't have a permit. So this one there, me as an Airbnb guy, what does it tell me? It means that even if someone is coming from somewhere, come to rent, is not a Ghanaian, I need to ask them for their permit. So if you're a landlord, you need to what? Ask for tenants' permits before you actually what? Rent your house to them. If not, if rent control come at you, you run like a kai. You cry, nye, nye. No one will hear you. Another one that I want to complete with is paying of your taxes. When landlord take money, he put it in his pocket. When landlord take money from tenant, he put it in his pocket. Rent control people say no. There was law already for you to pay tax. And when you take money, when you take money from tenant, what you were supposed to do is to calculate 8% of it and pay as tax. 8%. So when you take 10,000 Ghana cedi, 8% of 10,000 Ghana is how much? That's 800 Ghana cedis. You need to go and pay that tax if it is residential purpose. And then they said that if you are renting the thing for commercial purpose, you are renting a shop, you are renting a place for office, you are renting a place for factory, you are renting a place for something other than residential, they are going to charge 15%. That's what you are supposed to pay at GRA. So, gone were the days when you used to rent and used to pocket the money. Rent control people say, nah, you have to be ready. If you pay without paying the rent, the tax, you and them, you will see. So this is the work of GRA. The rent control will work for them. You don't know this man, Frederick Opoku. He's on you, coming at you like a guy. Then the last part is the agents. Agents, they say you can't charge 10% again. No. They say you can't charge 10% commission on rental. Say you can't charge 10% commission on rental. One of the days when agents used to charge 10%. Now, according to rent control, if you try it and they catch you, you face the law. Pay 10% commission for you. You build a house. How many blocks you build? Rent control say you are paying only 5%, they will be paying you only 5%. And that one cry, it is only the landlord that will pay you, tenant will not pay. As to whether it is applicable in real life or not, I don't know. But that is what they are telling us. You understand? So these are, things that are happening currently about our rent issues. If I make any mistakes, I stand to be corrected. But these are factual things. I also did my own little research and confirm. We are hoping to see what Ghana will look like in the next few months. But trust me, it will not be that easy for rent control. The reason I say EMFA is because they don't have the required arsenal to execute what they want to achieve. Their staff is just few. According to what the man was reading last, he read that in the Acts or what they read, they have only 66 staff. 66 staff, entire Ghana. 66 people, entire Ghana. How can you execute this big business? So this is a job for rent control. They should employ people. Rent control should employ people. And young people coming from university, they should employ them so that they will join their task force. They can be going to the houses of the landlord and be hijacking them and be getting people to pay. When they pay, they can also pay their salary. Especially the tax points. GRA people should collaborate with rent control so that they can be taking taxes from landlords. If not, I think this is a great job opportunity. Government need to, take advantage. So this is just very few information that I have to share. My name is Imuru Sadat, and I'm always happy to have you at Business Trends Ghana, St. Estate. Bye.